welcome to Tea Time Theology. My name is Taylor Wilkie, and I'm going to be the host for Season 3 of the podcast. Today, my guests are previous hosts, Ivy Swinsky.
Hi.
Ivy's not used to being interviewed. She's the interviewer, not the interviewee. And our Season 2 host, Mariah Akonde.
Hello.
Did I get that right?
That's correct. Nice job.
Last season, I had to record the credits 4 times.
That's okay. Last season, we had to do a lot of things.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, like I said, just to introduce myself a little bit, I'm usually not behind the microphone. Or I guess which would be behind or in front? Like I'm in front of the mic. I'm usually
You're behind the soundboard.
Yes, I'm usually behind the soundboard.
Side.
I'm the silent man who makes all of this sound as good or as terrible as you think it does. Where do you guys want to start?
Yeah, so I think similar to when I started to be the host for Season 2, I had Ivy on, who was Season 1 host, and we kind of just had a little chat, and she passed the baton on to me, and now we are in turn passing the baton on to you. And so maybe we can talk a little bit about the theme for this season, your picked theme, and then we can maybe talk a little bit about what we're watching.
Sounds
nice.
good.
So, full disclosure, when I was sitting at home watching television and my phone beeped and someone texted me and said, "Hey, would you like to be a part of a podcast for the Pixel Diocese Rhode Island?" I thought to myself, absolutely, we should do a podcast about God and pop culture. And so this season is about that. And I'm just telling you guys, this has been my secret agenda the entire time.
You waited 3 seasons.
I waited a whole year, and I'm just like, it's just gonna happen. Just let it happen. We can't just dive into this topic right away. We have to ease into it, and I think now is my time. Now is the time.
Yes.
So, like I said, this season is going to be talking about God and pulp culture. We're going to have clergy members and come onto the podcast to discuss episodes of TV shows or movies that have a specific focus or some type of allegory to faith, religion, or scripture. And we're going to dive into those topics and really talk about what they mean, how faithful was the show to the written word, what is the general message of the episode, and how can we use the morality put forth in the episode to maybe guide our way through our faithful lives.
Yeah, I mean, I really like this topic because I will always and forever out myself as someone who's like not totally plugged into pop culture. So when you first said the idea, I was hesitant only because I was like, I literally wouldn't know how to go about this at all. But I'm not the host this season, so I think it's really great.
I'm so excited for this season. I love God and pop culture. I think it's such a easy transition between the two of them. And also, it's a lot of shows that I just personally watch. So I'm excited to see clergy that I like talk about shows that I like. So it'll be great.
And what I think is cool too, I mean, we're all young adults, and the world only continues to get more modernized with like technology, social media, and the way that we connect with one another. And it's no secret that like interest in the church has been on a decline for a really long time and is probably at some kind of all-time low. I'm not sure, maybe in the past year people have started seeking out faith more, just because of the worldwide pandemic and what it's doing for our self-reflection. But I don't know, I think this season is I'm hopeful to kind of learn a little bit more about my own faith and how I move through this world as a young person of faith when not a lot of my peers are that interested in going to church or talking about scripture.
And it's specifically consuming media that does have like religious undertones to it, because like I just remember when Take Me to Church came out, that song, and everyone was like, this is so great, and I'm like, did you listen to it? Because that's not what this song is about, like, at all. So
really, the only thing is that he says the word church.
Yeah, and he, like, refers to her as, like, a Gothic cathedral at one point in the song. But there's, like, nothing about it is about, like, actually entering a church building. Right. So I think it will also be fun to talk about TV shows that genuinely do have these themes in them, and whether they're positive or negative. And we've talked that it's a lot of sci-fi, but I also think that, like, sci-fi really lends itself to allegory, and that is sort of why it's a lot of sci-fi. Also, like, we're nerds.
We listen.
But
we'll do
it's
other,
okay.
Other
I'm a nerd. I will self-disclose.
If it's up to me, this would be a Star Trek podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm really excited about this season because and this is going to come up throughout my notes that I've been taking of pre-watching all these episodes. I was not raised in the Episcopal faith. I was raised Roman Catholic, and I recently found my way to the Episcopal way of worshiping. And I'm excited to really sit down across from a priest and really dig down into specifically TV shows that have influenced the perfect person who I am, and how the messages and the morality of them reflect in this new faith that I've found.
It's true. I think that at least I can break my life down into TV shows I watched during a certain thing.
Yeah.
Like, my life was dominated by Glee in high school. Like, I was definitely... But I have shows like that for every single part of my life. And the reason I bring up Glee is because it premiered 12 years ago, and that just made me feel really old.
We are not old. That's a good point, though. I mean, as I moved around a lot as a kid, and so, yeah, TV or, like, what was on at the time it's always, like, easy for me to imagine, like, where I was when I was watching that show. So that's a good point.
Or, like, if a certain episode aired, like, I remember going home from my grandmother's funeral and watching Glee that night with my family, because, like, that was my coping skill at that time, because I was, like, in high school, and you have no coping skills in high school. But, like, and I think that is also something that, like, part of who we are is the media that we consume. So as young adults, we're consuming the Bible as a type of media, but we're also consuming these shows, so having them meld together.
Right, and also watching stuff as a coping mechanism is still very much a common coping mechanism. I mean, all throughout the pandemic, it's like, what are you watching? Like, what do I watch next? Like, it's a really common way to comfort and self-soothe. So,
and connect.
And connect, yeah, for sure. I used to not like the question, like, what are you watching? Because I didn't watch that much TV, and I was, like, out and about doing stuff, but I actually really love the question now because I want to know. I'm like, what are you watching that is still sticking with you? Or, like, what have you watched recently that, like, got you thinking, and now you're, like, reflecting on some kind of question that this movie or show or music video, like, got you thinking about. So... To that point, what are you guys watching?
Well, I think for me personally, I mean, I'm constantly watching and rewatching, like, the old standards, Simpsons, Futurama, Star Trek, all those. But this, really, what I really dug deep into, and I kind of been putting it off for a while, was Schitt's Creek. Did you guys watch Schitt's Creek?
I love Schitt's Creek.
We love this show.
I think everybody loves Schitt's Creek, but...
David and Patrick.
David and Patrick, exactly.
So perfect.
Oh my god,
I'm a Moira,
the wigs,
I live for
the
Moira.
choices, the accent.
The crow's hat.
Why?
Why?
I guess as a straight white guy, I've always watched TV shows with gay characters in them, and I didn't really like. I always kind of like bumped up against it, but for some reason in Schitt's Creek, I never bumped against Patrick and I can't remember David and Patrick. I never, like, that relationship was so well written and so well portrayed by them that I never thought, like, oh, this is two guys in a relationship. I just thought, oh, this is just two people in a relationship.
It's amazing what
and,
having
like,
queer writers will do
Yeah.
to your queer couples.
Absolutely. And like,
just showing, like, like a different narrative of how things can actually happen in the world. Like even when Patrick's parents find out that he's gay.
Oh my God, that's such a good episode.
And you're so worried the whole episode. You're like on edge because you're like, oh no, like his parents are not gonna be happy with. They're like they're quiet and they seem uptight, and like to just find out that like that's not, they're like, whatever, that's besides the point. Why isn't he talking to us? Like, is our relationship in jeopardy? We love him. And so just like seeing that as a possibility was just, I don't know, everything about that show. It's hilarious. It's written so beautifully. And you really watch so many characters like evolve. Also, should I have said spoiler? Like, have people not seen?
It has been a full year and they won like every Emmy and Golden Globe.
Yeah,
it's fine.
like it's
watch the show
like,
if you haven't.
Like we haven't spoiled anything. Like that show is just funny every moment of it. It's like, oh, and it's just amazing what can happen when you have like a show that has such a good pedigree of writers and actors. I mean, Eugene Levy is like the godfather of comedy at this point. Like, I don't know if you guys watched Dan Levy's SNL.
No,
yes.
I didn't.
It was like one of the best SNLs in years, and I truly believe it's because Dan Levy was in the room when they were writing the sketches, and he's like, Dan Levy is from SCTV, and SCTV invented what SNL does now.
Well, right. Do you mean Eugene Levy?
No, Dan Levy.
Dan.
No, Eugene Levy
is the father.
Is the dad.
Right.
And Dan plays
Did
David.
I screw that up?
No.
Okay, I was just asking. I know that Dan hosted the SNL, but Eugene is part of SCTV.
Eugene Levy's his dad.
Right.
Yes.
But Dan wasn't part of SAT.
Correct. But
Okay.
his dad was there.
We're all together again.
It's great. Eugene Levy is amazing, is what we're saying.
Yes.
It's the eyebrows.
The eyebrows, for sure.
So good.
What else have we been watching? I'm trying to think, because it's like, what have we been watching when? It's been like 15 months of just nonstop watching.
So my family, during the pandemic, watched all of RuPaul's Drag Race from season 1, and we just had the finale of season 12. So that was like a 3-month commitment. And personally, one thing that I really loved is that RuPaul ends every episode with, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? And it reminds me so much of Bishop Curry's whole like shindig of, if it's not about love, it's not about God. And I'm like, they're literally the same message, and yet, so now I'm just like, can we have RuPaul put Bishop Curry in drag, and how do we make that happen, and have the two of them together? But that might
Start
be
a letter writing campaign.
yeah. Just tweet at both of them, be like, you two need to meet. But I think it's so interesting that like, and it's in the same queer spaces. I guess we only consumed queer content during the pandemic, but that idea of like genuine love and how just that is even holy in itself, because we had talked that like, oh, there's not really an episode we can do about Schitt's Creek, but like the idea of just having this like unconditional love is holy, which would then make Schitt's Creek holy. I'm really trying to pull the strings here to make it work.
I really want to Schitt's Creek episode.
Well, I mean, so for me, I've again watched 1 million things. One thing I think was good about the pandemic is that I am so wrapped up in my own like busyness that I really only have time to rewatch things, because I don't have the mental capacity to take in a new storyline. So pre-pandemic, I would only like rewatch shows, and if I were to watch something new, it would be a movie, because it was like a one-time commitment. I have now branched out, and like also The Office is off of Netflix, so I have to watch something else. And I've been watching so much, but recently I've just been on this huge anime kick. Like, I can't stop watching anime, and I've been watching Demon Slayer, and there's so much to say about it, and there's also a new movie out about it that I haven't seen yet, but I've heard is amazing. But basically, the few things that I can say about it are like, one, it's just so visually pleasing. It's done in this like 3D animated way where at first it might be a little hard to like watch, but after you see like one 20-minute episode, you're like in for it. So it's beautiful. But the premise is like this very young kid, he might be like 14 or something. In the first episode, his family gets massacred by a like demon. And so he is the only one who lives, and he like trains to be a demon slayer, and he like travels around the world, one, slaying demons and trying to save other people from that kind of fate, but also trying to discover how to bring demons out of that demon state and become humans again. And so I'm only like partway through it, but it's looking like that's going to be through like love and through like
power of friendship.
Almost like through identifying them as a living being, and like because the last episode was like this demon who used to be a writer, and he was about to kill everybody, but then the guy was like, the demon slayer was like, oh, I read your stuff, and like, you know, I see that you've felt a lot of pain, and like, I just want you to know that like, I see who you are. And then you like see this demon as it's dying like turn back into a human. So I think that too, it's like this never-ending theme of like, love is the overall power, and it can like heal so many of our wounds. And that is, I mean, there's a reason why Bishop Curry is like obsessed with love is the way, like, because it truly is the way to be the closest to God that we can be. So it's what we have the capacity for. So that's what I've been watching.
I now need to go look at that because I had never heard of that before. So it's awesome.
Is it subs or dubs?
Both.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a very high budget anime, so you get to choose. But what's going to be great about this season is like, we're going to try to explore a lot of different shows. Some very old, some new, and, you know, sci-fi heavy, but trying to branch out as well. And, yeah, I think it's going to be great. I'm going to be really interested to see what all these different clergy and, you know, people in the community, people of faith are watching and finding themes of spirituality and God and love. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm excited. This season's going to be amazing.
It's gonna be awesome, and we get the bishop this season.
Bishop, yes, Bishop Curry is on the show.
It's not, what? You know, it's not Bishop Curry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh! Can you imagine if we had
We could have just we could have played the game. We could have teased it like the whole season, and then it just didn't happen, or got that fake buzz going.
Yes.
And then he hears about it, then he actually comes on.
We'll work on it.
I know. Season 5, everybody. Bishop Curry. But anyway, seriously though, I really hope you guys enjoy this season, and I'm really happy that you guys have allowed me to take the reins this time around.
It's gonna be fun.
You can follow us at Tea Time Theology, and every Friday before the episode drops on Tuesday, we're going to be announcing which episode, so you can either watch it before it premieres, or you can watch the episode after you've listened to our take on it.
Yeah, all of our socials will be in the episode description, and looking forward to
see you all soon.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for coming in and saving my butt on that exit and on that outro. Okay, guys, thanks, and hope to talk to you soon. Bye.
Our hope and expectation, O Jesus, now appear. Arise, thou sun so longed for, above this darkened sphere. With hearts and hands uplifted, we plead, O Lord, to see the day of earth's redemption, and ever be with thee.
Thank you for listening to Tea Time Theology, a ministry of St. John's Cathedral in Rhode Island. We would like to thank our producers, Mo Akande, Ivy Swinsky, and Taylor Wilkie. Special thanks to Mo Akande and David Hines for the Season 3 music, and our sponsors, the Episcopal Diocese of Rhode Island and the Right Reverend Nicholas Knisley. Follow us at Tea Time Theology on all social medias.